Okay, just want to talk a little bit about today's Kaiwa class. I think it's like week 4 now. I don't even know how many classes I've been to because I missed a couple, but today we had our first lightning talk for the Kaiwa class. And lightning talk is basically where we prepare a 1 minute speech about like a single photo that we are choosing to present to the class. And so I chose a photo of a flower that I've come to like in Japan in the past year called kinmokse, because I went on a trip with my friends to Wakayama 2 weekends ago. And in the mountains where we were hiking, for some reason, we came across a lot of kinmokse and they made me really happy. I had photos. So the first lightning talk of the semester, I was in group number 1 and I presented last. And I did my presentation. We had to do it without looking at the script that we prepared. So it was like mainly from memory, but the point of the lightning talk isn't to like memorize your script and like present it, which I'll talk about later. Anyways, to talk about my presentation, it was really interesting. So as I was presenting, doing my best to like recall my script to mind, to not like sound too dumb, I was doing my best to look at the crowd, make eye contact and stuff as I learned to do speech in America as a child. And I kept making eye contact with this one girl I'd never seen before. She hasn't been in the classes that I've been in for the past 3 weeks. Maybe it's her first time, who knows. Anyway, she was new. And every time I looked at her, her face was just so lit up. She was so happy. Like, she seemed to be so interested in what I was saying. She was just sitting there like this. It was so cute. And I was unsure what was happening. Like, is it me? Is it the photos? Is it the topic, the presentation? I don't know. So I did my speech. Of course, we had problems because I am not that fluent. And so, we're stumbling. Can't recall to mind perfectly what I wrote, all this stuff, right? And it ends. And she asked the class, she's like, oh, so have many of you guys have heard of kinmokse before? And like all the Chinese people knew what it was, which is so surprising. I didn't know. I guess they have kinmokse in China and it's pretty popular. So not only do they know of the flower, but they have a lot of products made from kinmokse, like osake, sweets, foods and stuff. So that was news to me. But the one girl who was looking at me during the presentation, she's like, I haven't heard of it. This is my first time. And I was like, okay, it must have been that. Because if I was her and someone was telling me about this flower in a presentation, just randomly, I would have been that excited. So I was like, okay, it must have been that. So then afterward, the presentations end and we get in groups. We're supposed to do some conversation about whatever we did last week. Like, this is how the class goes. And we're in the same group, me and this girl. And the first thing she says to me is she was like, wow, why is your Japanese so good? Which everyone's been asking me this semester because they don't know I went down a level to be in intermediate 2. And so I tell her, I'm like, oh, don't sweat it. I've been learning Japanese for 10 years. It's like, no, this is what's happening. And she was like, oh my goodness, like, why are you in Shikuni then? And so I had to explain all that as well. I was like, oh, okay, I've actually taken the advanced classes, but I'm coming back down because I want to improve the places where I'm weak, I did my best to explain quickly. And then she goes and she tells me, she was like, I was listening to your presentation and I was so inspired by your level of Japanese. She was like, hearing you speak made me want to gambaru, made me want to do better. She's like, I want to be able to speak Japanese like you, basically is what she said. And I was so moved. That is literally like my favorite compliment in my entire life. Like, when someone tells me that my Japanese is excellent, it's rare that I get someone telling me that my Japanese level is inspiring, because I guess I just don't interact with so many new international students here, especially who are really doing their best to try to master Japanese. That's not so common for me anymore. So I was really surprised. So the look she was giving me was like inspiration, and that is so sweet. Like that made me so happy. So my favorite compliment of all time is when a Japanese person tells me that my Japanese is excellent and they mean it. But this, I guess this is second best. This was kind of nice too. I don't know if I've ever had that. So yeah, I just want to talk about that today. Kaiwa was really exciting. That's all. Talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.